not once, but twice, you use the term sexual preference to describe those in the LGBTQ community. And let me make clear, sexual preference is an offensive and outdated term.
I'm hopeful. I'm going to need you if we win. I'm going to need you to help this time rebuild the backbone of this country, the middle class, but this time bring everybody along, regardless of color, sexual preference, their backgrounds, whether they have any, just bring everybody along.
It is used by anti-LGBTQ activists to suggest that sexual orientation is a choice. It is not. Sexual orientation is a key part of a person's identity.
When you did use the term sexual preference earlier today, rather than sexual orientation, is there a difference, and what is it?
Senator, I really, in using that word, did not mean to imply that I think that, that it's not a matter of, that it's not an immutable characteristic or that it's solely a matter of preference. I honestly did not mean any offense or to make any statement by that.
But by what you just said, you understand about that immutable characteristic. In other words, that one's sexuality is not a preference, it is who they are. Is that what you're saying?
Senator, I'm saying I was not trying to make any comment on it. I fully respect all the rights of the LGBT community.
Anything you do in your sex life can be grounds for losing your job, right? It's your sexual preference. That's what they're saying.
Regardless of race or color or creed or gender or sexual preference.
Does the statute say the words transgender or address sexual preference? It does not. It only says sex.
Employers across the country will be free to fire any employee that they want because of their sexual preference.
Sexuality or sexual preference, sexual orientation.
Our league being a safe space for everyone, regardless of your religion, your background, your walk of life, your sexual preference, any of those, we're a safe place for a lot of people.
A lot of people found it telling when Senator Mazie Hirono had to correct her about the language that she used when talking about LGBTQ people, when she indicated that it was a preference. She apologized for that.
So follow the reasoning, if you will. According to Mazie Hirono, you can choose your gender at will because there's an infinite number of genders to choose from. But you have absolutely no say in who you find attractive, and suggesting otherwise is just offensive. Sexual preferences are fixed in stone, bigot. And by the way, put on your mask.